Hello and welcome. I'm Darren. Today we are checking out Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So we are running with the 7900 XTX with the 7800 X3D CPU, and we are fully cranked at 4K. So, nope, that's not where I want to go. As you can see, we're at 4K full screen. We are using the Ultra preset. We have a frame rate limit of, that doesn't matter. We're using the standard field of view. We are using FSR at native AA to start with. We will not be staying at this. Sharpness is whatever it's decided to set it to. We have motion blur off, and we have, I assume, field of view. Not field of view. Depth of field. That's it. Depth of field is turned off. I don't know how far I am into this so far. It's a long time since I played the first game. A very long time. I think it was back on console. And I can't remember how long ago it was I had a console. But I have to say, this, at this moment, just in this first area past pretty much the cutscenes, looks absolutely stunning. This is the type of visuals I love in a game. Natural looking world, and this looks incredible. I mean, performance wise, 4K Ultra, no upscale. I'm going to be honest, it's probably better than what I was expecting. I was expecting this to be an absolute tank. Now, I'm not saying that that's particularly great. I'm going to guess. If this game is balanced between, you know, unless it favours NVIDIA or unless it favours AMD, if it runs somewhere kind of balanced between the both, and the 4080 performs very similar with these same settings, I'm going to guess it's going to run around 60 FPS native on the 4090. That's generally where games have been around at this moment, or certainly towards this end of this generation on the UE5. I'm not sure what engine this is running on. But generally, you're getting around about 45 on the XTX, and the 4080 and the 4090 will be around 60 native. It does kind of blur a little bit in the distance at native. There is a little bit of pop-in of whatever that is popping in. Looks like the algae. But, I mean, this looks stunning. I absolutely love good vegetation. I don't think I can walk that far away without it telling me that I need to go back. We'll run through just so you can see, but we have everything cranked. Yeah, I'm not allowed to go any further. So, but I mean, look at that. That's fucking awesome. I love that. So, advanced graphic settings, everything's ultra. All the way down. Whatever we've got here, we are ultra. So, I don't know if there's supposed to be RT in this game, or if it's coming in this game, or maybe like the Indiana Jones was, it will only be an option for the NVIDIA GPUs. That'd be weird. Maybe not. I might have that wrong. I don't want to obviously give any. Oh, that's interesting. I take it there's some fish. Do they actually look like fish if you get near them? Nope. They just look like, maybe. I'm on keyboard and mouse at the moment, so how this is going to pan out, I have no idea. But we'll do a little bit of gameplay. And then, well, I'll tell you what, while we're in this area, because we have a very good view of quite, that's the thing that bugs me in games nowadays. This, whatever that is. I don't know the technical word for it, but you get this, like, smeary reflection of this tree over the water that makes absolutely zero sense. I've noticed it in a lot of UE5 games, so maybe this is on an Unreal 5 engine. I don't know. We'll go to FSR. Because that will take us to a far more reasonable frame rate. So let's go to equality. In fact, did we have... What happened if we just turned off? Interesting. Obviously I was using FSR. Oh. Is that... Surely not. What is this? So that stayed at... That's technology off and at native AA. That doesn't look very good. That looks noticeably blurry. And that shadow on that tree is doing some random flicker. So, FSR at native 8. What was the performance like? Oh, there is a bit more performance, so okay. Oh, okay, I can understand what's going on here. So, hold on, if I go to advanced. Okay. So that's the only option that we have. So obviously, okay, your standard anti-aliasing options are dog doo-doo. So I wish they'd just put everything in the same menu. So yeah, you want to be running. Look at the difference that just made. Unbelievable difference. Okay, that thing's still flickering under the tree, but like an unbelievably sharper image rather than that 2 times anti-aliasing. That's incredible. Okay. Let's run... no, okay, hold on. Let's go to what we were going to do, because I'm drifting off here. Graphic settings. Let's go to quality. It is noticeable. Not bad. It does go... so, yeah. That's more noticeable than what I thought. Holy shit, that does go quite blurry. That actually goes to more similar to the SMAA. Let me just check. So that's grayed out now, which it should be. We are on FSR at quality. I mean, we could possibly crank the sharpness up a bit. It's not bad. It just looks like it's had a bit of a film just thrown over it compared to the clarity of, like... There's no zoom on this game, is there? Of like this distance and even the distance here. Definitely when moving now becomes a fair bit blurrier. The clarity of AA was incredible. Yeah, that's unbelievable. You can kind of see everything, every detail in that tree back there, whereas it kind of turns into... There's a little bit of a blur on movement. Nothing crazy. You do get a bit of kind of a shimmer on the objects like that, but that might just be like a light reflection rather than an anti-aliasing. So... makes me wonder now if... Let's just have a quick look. If we drop No. To high. Ooh. Where does that take us to? I think that's better than using FSR. I think that's better than using FSR. I think it took down some of that distant detail, so I think like those reeds were a little bit more of them. I mean, it might have taken away all of it, but I tell you what, it still looks absolutely incredible. I'd have to actually put side by side to tell the difference. I'm definitely sure that some of this, let's have a look. But it gives you, dropping it to high, from ultra to high, gives you around about the same performance game as turning on FSR quality. I think it looks better. Let's just go back to ultra. I mean, someone no doubt will go through. Yes, yeah, you actually saw it load in more. So you're definitely getting more objects at ultra. We're about 44. It's actually holding a very... Just as I say, it's holding a very stable frame rate. It's not that bad. So what's that, 45? If we go to FSR quality... My daughter's about to start coming in screaming about what she needs and what she wants. You'll have to ignore it. I think that's down to the... I'm going to leave that down to the individual. You might like that bit of blur. So it takes us up to about 68, 69. I think we were about 64 dropping from ultra to high. Let's have a look. If... What's the quality here? If... Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. Oh, that's a nightmare. No way of knowing where that was set now. Crank a bit of sharpness up. I don't know. I don't know what I think is better. That fucking dog. At least actually you can make quite a lot of changes within this menu, which is pretty good. So if we go back to AI and go, holy shit, what's that going to be? Experimental. Oh my god. Highly efficient and future hardware. No, we'll stay away from that. Let's not do that. Someone else can do that. So we were about, what, 68, 60... I was saying, let's see if I move my cursor up a bit. I reckon within 2 FPS, we've got a far better frame time graph at that, though. That's interesting. I'll tell you what, we might play with this for a minute. Okay, so I fast forwarded a bit, well, a lot, through about 3 hours of cutscenes. Hopefully I'm at a place where I might actually be able to free roam and get a bit more of an idea of performance-wise, and apparently Barra wants a chat. Oh god, hopefully this isn't another 3-hour story.
What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I should actually be thanking you.
Uh-huh. For what?
I've been begging for alms here for days.
But basically,
Make any real coin till today. And that's thanks to you.
there's a bit of a section that I was running through when you leave the pond and run up through the forest. And I ended up switching it back to the ultra settings. And I noticed there was quite a lot more foliage in that particular instance. So I swapped it back to the ultra settings and I'm using FSR quality at the moment. We'll get a better look at that in a minute.
You're welcome. At least it was good for something.
Oh well, not many people can make such a strong first impression. But look on the bright side. Now things can only get better.
Yes, probably right. It doesn't get much worse than that. Unless
But oh my god.
kill me
Um,
again.
You're still alive in one piece.
there's some serious story in this. Oh, I don't remember the first one being anything like this. I don't know. I thought you got into a bit more game. Maybe not. I guess I need to do this.
More about Tomcat.
They say he's a master swordsman, but a real joker too. He loves showing off to girls.
Do you think Tomcat might teach me a few of his tricks?
No offense, but compared to him, you're a bit of a lightweight.
I don't want to pull wagons, but if he can handle a weapon, I'd be happy to train a little with him.
Well, one of the guards tried to take him on and came back whipped like a dog, moaning like he'd been broken in two.
Well, sure. If he's that strong, I'm not surprised.
More like some trick he's got that our watch doesn't know. Or at least that's what the poor man said.
Where might I run into Tomcat?
In the camp by the tower. That is, by Rock Tower Pond.
Should I watch out for them?
No, I don't think so. They mind their own business, but try not to stay.
At least this girl doesn't have the horrendous accent the woman at the tavern that you get the job of. It is shocking.
Hey, you. What's your name, anyway?
I'm Bara. Just Bara.
Looks like you know your way around here pretty good.
I ain't. I'm just...
What does she actually want?
Why exactly are you helping me?
Why? Why? I've been in the ship plenty of times, and I know how appreciative...
Where are you headed?
For work. So they all promise the moon, but then you're with the city folk.
How do I even get out of this?
You're something like...
Nah. I usually find work with someone. Stay...
then why are you begging here?
Sometimes I collect her, but I'd like to go somewhere else. So I'm scraping. But on the whole, you could say I'm a traveller. Or no...
Why?
I am attempting to read it, because if not, this is going to be another 30-minute video just talking to this woman trying to figure out exactly what she wants.
Don't stare too long.
Do I actually need help? Okay.
Practically naked. Nobody's going to want to even talk to me like this.
At least you're not walking around bare ass. Although that...
Very funny.
And what do you have in mind? Brocade and satin?
I could use some armour. Proper, like, for a knight. And no rusty junk.
And... you...
Well, yeah. I don't look so good.
Oh god.
I swear I...
Wow.
This is actually going to be a half-hour conversation, isn't it?
Well, you can hardly buy new armour now. But you might find something in the town hall.
I'm going to have to steal it.
Thanks, but I'd rather get my clothes, honestly. I just got out of the pillory. I don't want to end up there again.
Well, I'm not pushing you. Just giving you a few useful tips.
Oh god. I'm gonna need to get some money then.
Might as well.
The hell you will.
Ooh.
I'll skip supper.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah, don't start crying.
damn.
Don't exaggerate.
Still.
There's a stud farm in Semi.
And which way is Semi?
Southwest from here, not too far. Once you see the walled farm, though, I'll be a queen.
Right, I'm gonna have to leave her.
Oh well. It was nice to meet you, but I should probably get going. Get a job. So on.
Don't worry, you'll manage. Till we meet again.
Yay. So, let's have... We're in the city, so... To be fair... Well, I say we're in a city. No, we're not. We're in a tiny little... yeah, kind of a little small area, to be honest. There's probably not a lot of inhabitants. But performance hasn't particularly tanked in this area. There's no kind of CPU bottleneck. We're still pushing 100% utilization. The one thing I will say is you definitely get a level of... Fuck is going on with that tree? Blimey. That's a little bit low res. You definitely get a bit of... I mean, that looks awesome, apart from the flickering shadow. They obviously do blur out this very back. The foliage looks fantastic. All of this wheat looks pretty cool. So some of it's quite good, some of it's a little bit... FSR definitely does add a level of blur, which is not something that I've particularly seen before. But it was kind of too demanding without it, yeah. You do get... Nah, to be fair, you don't really. 4K, you shouldn't really get much in the way of motion blur. It's actually quite a noticeable difference between FSR at quality. Does that tree still look funny? Yeah, it does. It's weird, that. A noticeable difference. So I'm going to guess FSR are balanced. Let's have a look. Oh shit, not that. Is not going to be the way to go. It actually... Did that... That didn't make any difference to what... Balanced. That didn't change performance from quality. That's interesting. It's the same performance as quality. Oh, did it drop looking out there? What are we? 81. It's not working properly. $74. That's a bit of a strange. Hardly any difference. There was an ultra quality. Maybe that's the way to go. Let's have a look. Was there an ultra quality? I think there was. No, there wasn't. Bollocks. It actually set it at performance, which is interesting. That's how what it was preset when I started the game. Turns up to 90. How much difference does it look?
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problems.
Yeah, it... You can tell it kind of struggles to... It's not horrendous. There's not a great performance difference. It's a bit weird. I'm not sure if they're doing this on your typical render scale or not, because it's not making a big enough difference in performance. What I might do is go back to native AA, which looks lovely. Native AA definitely looks incredible. Let's just see, just for fun, what the... Where is it? Oh god, here. Experimental looks like. We're down to 30. I did actually wonder if it would resolve everything in the distance. It has a bit. I mean, it does look fucking good. Jesus. Look at Mr. Goatee. Or Ram. Whatever, I don't know. It does look good. Does that tree look better? No. It's just got a really shit tree. Character models. I mean, looking down there, that looks pretty incredible. How about you? Character models look better? Character models look pretty good. So, we could run this, because we're running native at the minute. It didn't actually change. No, shit. Let's go to quality. 60's probably alright for this game. We could run the experimental settings and maybe not. 50's not the end of the world. It's very hard to say. I'm gonna have to do like something a bit more in-depth, which I'm not even sure I'm capable of. Terror will sort it out. Terror's the man for this shit. I'd like to actually see the difference between the presets. So, we go to high. I mean, high still looks pretty damn good. I don't know. Maybe high with AA is the right thing to do in this situation. Because all of that up there stays kind of quite clean. It goes blurry with FSR. This doesn't go blurry. Those details remain. You are losing some. I'd love to actually see a side by side. You're definitely losing some. I know I'm probably capable of doing it, but I can't bother. You're definitely losing, I believe, some assets by going from ultra. When I was going up the path, when those people chased us across the pond and you were going up the paths, I'm pretty sure when I went from high to ultra, it changed a lot of how many firms were on the ground. But I mean, realistically, that doesn't matter here. And where I am right now, this looks pretty damn good. It doesn't need to look any better than this. I think this is probably how I'm going to play on this GPU. high settings at FSR AA. I might end up changing between. There's not a huge difference in performance. Shit, what am I doing? Let's see if there's any immediate difference. Ultra. Confirm. Yes. Back. Resume. Oh, I'd have to see a side by side. I think that's just loaded in more trees, isn't it? I think it has. Does it make the grass texture up that bank? I think it added more distant texture up here. How do you screenshot? Oh, you can screenshot in this game. Okay, I'm going to leave it in this for a second. I don't know. You do watch stuff drop out in the background. I wonder if it just drops out stuff that would build this up. Something looked different up there. Maybe it's just shadows. Might just be like distant shadows. This still looks damn good. I think I'd rather play with this than FSR. I don't like that. It literally looks like you've put a FSR looks like you've put like a film over your monitor. I don't think I've seen it do that before. It normally just introduces like anti-aliasing, but it just looks like it gives it a blur. It's not terrible. I could play with it. But I think I'd rather just drop down to high and play with native AA. Just for that cleaner look. I think that looks quite good. I think this is, yeah. I think I'd like all of this detail here just looks... You can see all of the individual leaves right out in the distance. All of that detail looks quite good. As soon as you put even like the trees back there, as soon as you put FSR on, you can still kind of see it. It doesn't look that bad now. Perhaps it looks better at high than what it did at ultra. It blurs more in movement. Like that hot down there. When you're kind of moving like this, it goes kind of very blurry. And then it resolves. It's not that bad. Maybe just in different scenarios it looks worse. No, that definitely looks a lot sharper now. And it doesn't have that... It does blur very, very slightly, but nothing near what it does with FSR. Be interesting to see what other people think. I'm fussy. I know this is a case of me, like, proper pointing out. I mean, FSR quality at 4K... It's not like I'm asking, I'm not being kind of, it's best case scenario for FSR. And this isn't me having a slag of FSR. It was just a noticeable as I turned it on at the start of the game. I thought, this has got motion blur on. And it did have motion blur on. And then I turned motion blur off and I thought, holy shit, it's still got motion blur on. It obviously didn't work. But this is a lot cleaner in motion. So... You could play either way. It'll definitely be each to their own. If someone likes a softer look, they'll probably quite like FSR. It might blend in. I mean, if you don't like... I think the assets in this game are such high quality. I'm happy to see them. If it looked peculiar and out of place, then the blur that you'd get from FSR might kind of fill that in, and it might not be that bad. But I actually think in this scenario, the cleanliness of this, like even those cows down there, everything looks very clean. Very impressive looking game. This could be the best looking game I've played. And surprisingly, I thought it would probably be a bit more demanding, if I'm going to be honest. Like, you don't normally see this level of, and this abundance of, like, the draw distance is pretty impressive. You don't normally see this abundance of foliage, the ground cover. It's pretty impressive. Like this, whatever this engine is, would be good for a Red Dead Redemption 2 or a Witcher 3. This would be higher level quality of... At max settings, they do have very good... I mean, saying that, in the forest? Different scenarios, maybe. Maybe Red Dead looks kind of... Those trees are shit. Those just look blurry and a very three-dimensional look to them. Oh, I don't know. To be fair, you can tell the way that these plants are modelled as well. Maybe not as good as what I was thinking. Maybe this kind of does look a bit better from afar than what it does up close. These bushes look very good. Those... So maybe they are using assets which aren't horrendously demanding. Dead straw cover looks quite good. Grass looks very good. And it doesn't alias and do anything nasty. It's very fine detail. These bushes look very thick and they're quite good. So, I'm sounding like some sort of, I don't know, fetish of foliage. And this looks very good. So, the roof coverings look very good. The animals look good. Character models in the cutscenes, here and there. So I'm impressed. It looks very good. It runs okay. This is probably how I'd run it. I'm going to link this probably into the other video. And I'm going to end it there for today because this has been a long time. Huge amounts of cutscene, a huge amount of storyline. Those assets dip back in the distance look really good. Yeah, a huge amount of cutscene, huge amount of story to get to this point, and clearly to proceed in this game I'm going to have to go back and do another at least 5 or 6 hours of talking. So I'm going to end that there. That was a first look at the performance of this game on the 7900 XTX at 4K. If you enjoyed, give me a like, I would appreciate it, and I will catch you all in the next one.